There's a 5-minute workout that doctors approve is better than walking, especially when you're over 65, if you're over 6'5", and walking every day thinking that's enough to stay strong. Here's what most doctors won't tell you. Walking keeps your heart healthy, music, but it doesn't build the strength, balance, and coordination your body needs to stay independent. When you can't stand up from a chair confidently, or you feel unsteady on your feet, that's not age. That's your body losing abilities that walking can't protect. In this video, you'll see 5 movements that take just 5 minutes, but deliver better results for staying capable and safe than 30 minutes of walking. And you can start them today in your living room. Let's start with number 1. Wall push-ups with hold. After 65, you lose about 3% of your muscle mass every year. But what matters more than size is something called neuromuscular efficiency. How well your nervous system controls your muscles. This determines whether you can catch yourself when you stumble or push yourself up if you do fall. Walking doesn't train this at all because your arms barely work when you walk. Wall push-ups with a hold fix this. Stand arm's length from a wall and place your palms flat at shoulder height. Lean forward slowly, taking 2 full seconds until your nose nearly touches the wall. Hold that position for 3 to 5 seconds. You'll feel your chest, shoulders, arms, and core all working. Then push back slowly, taking another 2 seconds. The slow tempo creates what scientists call time under tension, and that's what makes your muscles adapt and grow stronger. Start with 3 repetitions. Over 2 weeks, work up to 8. If it feels too easy, step your feet further back. If it's too hard, move closer to the wall. This trains your body to react quickly when balance fails, which is exactly what prevents a stumble from becoming a fall. That protects your upper body, but if you don't strengthen what happens below your waist, you're missing the foundation of every step you take. Exercise number 2, seated leg lifts with resistance. Walking speed predicts overall health and longevity so strongly that doctors call it the 6th vital sign. When your hip flexors and quads weaken, your steps get shorter, slower, and less confident. You feel it when stairs become harder, or when you can't keep up with someone walking beside you. Walking helps maintain what you have, but it doesn't rebuild strength you've already lost. Seated leg lifts with resistance target exactly the muscles that control your walking speed. Sit in a sturdy chair with your back straight and feet flat. Slowly lift your music, right leg straight out until it's parallel to the floor or as high as you can. Hold for 2 seconds, then lower slowly without letting your foot touch the ground. Keep your back pressed against the chair the entire time. Your hip and thigh should be working, not your lower back. Do 8 to 12 repetitions on one leg, then switch. Rest 15 seconds between sides. For the first week, use no weight. As you progress, add a light ankle weight. Even 1 pound makes a difference. By working one leg at a time, you're addressing the muscle imbalances that naturally develop with age and affect your balance. Your muscles can grow stronger at any age. They just need the right stimulus, and this movement provides it. But even strong legs won't help if you can't control the one movement you do hundreds of times every day. Exercise number 3, modified squats to chair. Getting out of bed, standing up from the toilet, rising from your favorite chair. These all require the same movement pattern, and it's usually the first ability people lose as they age. When you struggle with this, your world starts shrinking because you avoid situations where you might need help standing up. Walking doesn't train this pattern at all because you never drop your hips below knee level when you walk. Modified squats to a chair rebuild this exact movement. Stand in front of a sturdy chair with your feet hip-width apart and toes pointing slightly outward. Cross your arms over your chest or extend them forward. Slowly lower yourself by pushing your hips back first, like you're trying to close a car door with your butt. Take 3 seconds to descend. Lightly touch the chair with your butt, but don't sit down. This keeps your muscles under tension. Immediately reverse and stand back, music. Up, pushing through your heels and squeeze in your glutes. Take 2 seconds to stand. Start with 5 repetitions and work up to 12 over 3 weeks. What makes this powerful is that you're rewiring your brain for better movement patterns. Your motor cortex becomes more active when you practice functional movements like this consistently. You're not just building muscle, you're teaching your nervous system to coordinate complex movement more efficiently. That handles your legs and hips. But there's one area most routines completely ignore that determines whether you stay steady or end up on the ground. Exercise number 4, standing heel raises with balance. Calf strength is one of the best predictors of whether someone over 65 will maintain independence. Your calves act as your body's peripheral heart, pumping blood back up from your legs against gravity. Weak calves mean poor circulation, swelling in your feet, and reduced mobility. But more importantly, music, your calves are critical for balance and fall prevention. When you trip, your body's first response is to push off strongly with your toes to catch yourself. Weak calves mean you can't generate enough force, so the stumble becomes a fall. Standing heel raises with balance. Strengthen exactly this mechanism. Stand behind a chair and lightly touch it for support. Rise up onto your toes as high as possible. At the top, try to balance for 3 music seconds while looking straight ahead, not down. This engages your vestibular system, the inner ear balance mechanism that deteriorates with age. Then lower slowly, taking 3 seconds to descend. This lowering music phase triggers more muscle strengthening than the lift. Start with 8 repetitions and work up to 15. Once you can do 15 with barely touching the chair, progress to 1 foot at a time. The balance component trains your brain and muscles to work together more effectively, creating new neural pathways that enhance coordination. But there's one exercise that music addresses all of these concerns simultaneously, and it's the only movement that trains your body the way it actually works in real life. Exercise number 5, bird dog hold progressions. Every movement you make, walking, reaching, turning, requires your core to stabilize your spine while your arms and legs move. When your core is weak, your music back hurts, your balance suffers, and you move with less confidence. Walking engages your core slightly, but it doesn't challenge the deep stabilizer muscles that wrap around your spine like a natural corset. Bird dog hold progressions train these stabilizers while simultaneously improving balance and coordination. Get on your hands and knees with your hands under your shoulders and knees under your hips. Keep your spine neutral, not arched or rounded. Lift your right arm straight forward while lifting your left leg straight back, creating one straight line from fingertips to toes. Hold for 5 seconds, keeping your hips level without rotating. Lower slowly and repeat on the opposite side. The diagonal pattern, right arm with left leg, then left arm with right leg, mirrors how your body naturally works when you walk. This cross-body coordination is fundamental to human movement. Start with 4 repetitions per side. During week 1, hold for 5 seconds. By week 2, increase to 8 seconds. By week 3, add a subtle pulse. Lift your extended arm and leg up an extra inch while maintaining the hold. The stabilization required creates forces through your bones that help maintain bone density. Your deep core muscles work over time, providing the spine support that reduces back pain. The balance component trains your proprioceptive system, your body's ability to know where it is in space without looking. Better proprioception means better balance, which means fewer falls and more confidence in everything you do. The cognitive demand of coordinating opposite limbs while maintaining balance also keeps your brain engaged and sharp. These 5 exercises work together to address what walking alone cannot: strength, balance, coordination, and the specific movement patterns that keep you independent after 65. Margaret was 71 when I first met her, and she was sitting in a chair where she looked at me and said, "I need both hands on the armrest just to stand up from this thing. I feel like I'm 90. She wasn't 90. She was active. Or at least she thought she was. Margaret walked every single morning, 30 minutes around her neighborhood, rain or shine. She'd been doing it for years. Her cardiologist loved her for it. Her friends admired her discipline. But here's what nobody told Margaret. Walking was keeping her heart healthy, but it wasn't keeping her strong. The wake-up call came on a Tuesday afternoon. She was getting out of her car in the grocery store parking lot when her right foot caught the edge of the door frame. She felt herself tipping forward, and for one terrifying moment, she knew she was going down. Her husband grabbed her arm just in time. She didn't fall that day, but the fear didn't leave. She kept replaying it in her mind. What if he hadn't been there? What if she'd hit her head on the pavement? That's when the avoidance started. Music. She stopped going to her book club because the chairs there were lower than the ones at home. She started using the bathroom. Downstairs only because she did not trust her legs on the stairs anymore. She told her daughter she was just being careful. But Margaret knew the truth. She was shrinking her world because she did not trust her body anymore. When we started working together, I had her try the wall push-up first. She managed 3 barely. Her arms were shaking. Then we moved to the seated leg lift. She could not hold her leg level with the floor for more than a second before it started dropping. The modified squat to chair was the hardest. She kept looking at me like I was asking her to do something dangerous. "I'm scared I'll fall backward." She said that is why we are using the chair. I told her it is there to catch you. You're not going to fall. We started slowly. 3 wall push-ups, 5 leg lifts per side, 3 squats to the chair. That was it. 5 minutes, maybe less. She did it in her living room every morning right after her walk. Some days she felt strong. Other days she felt frustrated because progress seemed so slow. But here is what Margaret noticed first. Getting out of bed became easier. Then one morning, about 2 weeks in, she stood up from her kitchen chair to answer the phone, and she realized she had not used her hands. She sat back down and tried it again. No hands, just her legs lifting her up like it was nothing. "I felt like I'd won something," she told me later. By week 4, she added weight to the leg lifts. Just a 1-pound ankle weight, but it made her feel capable. By week 6, she could do 8 chair squats without touching the seat, just hovering above it and standing back up. Her legs were getting stronger, and more importantly, her confidence was coming back. The real turning point came about 3 months in. Margaret was at her granddaughter's school play, sitting in one of those awful folding chairs that sit so low your knees are practically at your chest. When the play ended, she stood up, no hands, no hesitation, and walked out with her family. Later that night, she called me. "I didn't even think about it," she said. "I just stood up like a normal person. I haven't felt normal in 2 years." Margaret has been doing these 5 exercises for over a year now. She still walks every morning because she loves it, but she understands what it does and what it does not do. Walking keeps her heart healthy and her mood up. The 5 exercises keep her strong, balanced, and capable of living the life she wants. She goes to book club again. She takes the stairs. She does not think about chairs anymore. She just sits in them and stands up when she is ready. Last month, she told me she is planning a trip to Italy with her husband, something she had been putting off because she was worried about all the walking and stairs. "I'm not worried anymore," she said. "I know my body can handle it." What happened for Margaret is possible for your body too, if you start at the right level and give it time. Your muscles do not know how old you are. They only know whether you are training them or not. Walking keeps your heart healthy, but it does not build the strength, balance, and coordination your body needs to stay independent after 65. The 5 exercises you just learned take 5 minutes and train the exact movement patterns that keep you capable in real life. Standing up, climbing stairs, catching yourself when you stumble, and moving with confidence. You are not too old, and you are not done improving. Your body still responds when you train it correctly. Start with the modified versions. Do this routine 4 times per week and watch what changes over the next month. Tell me in the comments which exercise you are starting with today. And if you want more routines to stay strong and independent after 60, subscribe so you do not miss